All right, so I'm sitting here with the legendary Mookie Wilson from the Mets. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. Be careful using the word legend, okay? Let's be careful.
Oh, okay.
All right.
He's humble. Who were your biggest influences in baseball when you were growing up?
My dad. My dad was a avid baseball fan. Borderline nut. He really loved the game. He taught all of us how to play. Never had any formal training.
Yeah.
So everything I learned in my backyard with that. So.
Can you share one of your most memorable moments in your career with the New York Mets?
Oh man, you're asking me to go back. I can't remember yesterday. We have to go back 30 years. I think the most memorable moment, I know people will probably want to say, the World Series. Of course, that's always big for everybody. But I remember my rookie year, and we were playing St. Louis Cardinals, the very Cardinals we're playing here right now, and I'm playing center field. Until Landry hit a fly ball to center field on a Sunday afternoon game. Our score's tied. I'm chasing the ball, and I go up to get my sunglasses, which is those flip down kind back then. And when I went to grab the glasses went sideways by my head, and I lost the ball. Till Landrum, who could run, got inside the park home run, took the Cardinals up. We'll come up and there's 2 outs, and I'm facing Bruce Sutter. He gets 2 strikes on me, and then he was famous for his split finger wave on a sport ball, whatever you want to call it back then. And I hit a 2-run homer in the bullpen on Bruce Sutter, Hall of Famer, man.
Let's
go.
go.
To win the ball game. And I went from being the GOAT to being a hero. And that's when it hit me. And I said to myself, you belong. And because I didn't fold, under the screaming and everything else going on at that time. And that gave me a lot of confidence. And after that, nothing seemed to bother me after that.
Wow, that's an amazing memory.
Yeah.
What hobbies do you enjoy off the field?
I was born and raised on a farm, so I was used to doing things with my hand. I love working with wood, so I always had some projects and things going on at home. But I think the thing that I enjoy most of all, I love fishing, but cooking was a big hobby.
Cooking?
My mother taught us all how to cook, and I've been cooking as long as I can remember. When I was in the minor leagues, we had to cook for ourselves a lot of times. We had to have chefs to cook food for us. So I learned, I used that skill. So fishing and cooking has been hobbies that I've always had, and even to this day I enjoy it.
Wow, that's amazing. What's your favorite meal you like to make?
It changes. I started out doing simple things, maybe like a chicken stew, which is very easy to do. Kind of graduated up to cooking my own mac and cheese, which takes about 2 hours to cook. It ain't the noodles and cheese sauce. No, mac and cheese is more of a casserole. And then I bake cakes, and I have a pineapple cake that I love baking. So it changes, from one season to the other. I guess I'm pretty versatile when it comes to cooking. So,
what advice would you give a baseball player that's trying to make it into the major leagues?
Be the player that you are. You can't be this player that you imagine yourself being, because we all imagine being, Babe Ruth or Jackie Robinson or some home run hitter, or if you're a pitcher, you want to be that Tom Seaver or Noah Ryan. But you have to understand who you are and maximize that talent that you have. It kept me in the big leagues for 12 years. I wasn't ever the best hitter on the team. I wasn't ever the guy with the best arm, but I was always the guy who took advantage of his skill that you don't teach, and that was being able to run. And I used that to my advantage.
What message do you think the world needs to hear right now?
Man, the world is in such chaos right now. I don't think any one message would solve all the issues that we have. But I think that if we learn to accept people for who they are, and not for who we want them to be or perceive them to be, I think everything would go a lot smoother, because most of the conflicts right now is what we expect of people. And we tend to disagree with things that we don't like, and we tend to disagree with things that we're not accustomed to. And it's all because of, we're creatures of habit. And we got to get out of that mode and just be more open and accept people who you are, who they are. And if the world would take that message, you'll see a lot less chaos and a lot less conflict.
I love this guy. Got great advice. All right, Mookie Wilson, thank you for sharing your life with me. This is my interpretation of your life.
Okay, let's see. Nah, that's not bad. You got the nose. That's not bad.
I'm glad you like it.
Man, that is not. I get to keep that?
Yeah, you can keep it, yeah.
Wow.
Let's go Mets, baby. Let's go Mets. Thank you, man.
Damn.
Thank you.
Shoot. You do it for a living?
Yeah.
Yo, that's good. That's good.
Keep smiling. Excuse me, miss. How you doing?
Hi.
My name
How
is
you
DEVON.
doing?
I'm a local artist. I love your
nice.
look.
You're
Yeah,
nice.
I would love to draw your portrait.
You would?
If you have time, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah? Okay.
Absolutely.
Oh, amazing.
I was just looking at the ghost sign up there.
Oh, nice.
Isn't it
Oh,
cool?
yeah, that's so
It's
cool.
like signs from businesses that don't exist anymore. I collect
Wow.
them.
Oh, really? Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
We can talk about that. What's your name and what's one of your biggest dreams in life?
Allison Frazier. And one of my biggest dreams in life is to someday live permanently by the sea. I do go to Greece a lot, and there's a lot of great oceanfront over there, but there's also fantastic oceanfront here.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, I want to go to Greece one day. I hear it's beautiful.
Oh, it's fantastic. I go all the time because
All the
my
time?
partner, he's Greek. So
Wow.
he has a little place over there that we get to go to a lot, and we explore the islands. It's pretty fantastic.
So, where'd you grow up?
A little town outside of Boston called Natick, Massachusetts. It gave me one of my true passions and really my career, which was going into theater very early in life.
It's amazing. At what age did you start acting?
All through elementary school and junior high school, but then when I hit high school,
Yeah.
I got into a very intense program called the Competitive Speech Club, which is also called the National Forensic League. And the guy that ran the National Forensic League was a guy named Jerry Dyer,
Yeah.
who was just sort of a brilliant drama teacher, and it just was a natural path to
Yeah.
going to college.
So, what was your favorite theater project that you worked on?
It was a show called Squeamish,
Yeah.
which was written by a really, really wonderful playwright that I've known since he was 18, I believe, named Aaron Mark. And he recently had a show on Amazon Prime that was fantastic. It was called The Horrors of Dolores Roach.
Yeah.
And it was an Amazon Prime series of his hit off-Broadway show called Empanada Loca,
Yeah.
which was a one-person horror monologue. And then he wrote one for me called Squeamish, which was about people who like to drink blood. But anyway, the fact that I could get out there and tell a story to a bunch of people in this dark little theater on 42nd Street it was a big accomplishment. So I wound up doing that 90 minutes like 4 times a day just to make sure I knew it.
Wow, that's awesome. Who was one of the most influential people in your life?
I have to say Mr. Dyer. He made me realize that I had a real passion for doing plays. He really was a wonderful director, and he just pushed to the edge. That's something that I am incredibly drawn to because of Mr. Dyer, but also because one of the people that I met because of Mr. Dyer was William Finn, who is a very big composer who wrote really big shows called like March of the Falsettos and In Trousers and A New Brain and Spelling Bee. And he saw me in a high school play and decided that he liked my weird little voice. I came to New York and Billy Finn and I started working together to become seminal pieces of theatrical history. In Trousers was done in 1978. I was very, very young. And to this day, there are kids sitting in science classes in the Midwest and all over the country, and instead of listening to their teacher, they're drawing what they feel In Trousers is saying, or what did we look like. And once I found their art, I started collecting it.
Yeah.
So I have a whole collection of this incredible fan art, and it's just uncanny that these kids are drawing pictures of me and Chip Zien and Mary Testa, lo these 45 years ago. It's just incredible to me that that old piece of vinyl fueled the imagination of an entirely new generation.
Yeah, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What's one of your fondest childhood memories?
I think like my Uncle Larry, who was very into theater, very into the arts. He was a wonderful art teacher. And I think that one day he let me into this chunk of clothing And it was all this magnificent, you know, like 1950s ball gowns and beaded dresses from the 20s and like feather hats. And, you know, to this day, Uncle Larry's trunk gave me this great love of essentially playing dress up. We put on our costumes as the people that we are playing, and we get to just flow with our imagination.
What message do you think the world needs to hear right now?
I think that listening to the naysayers is a really dangerous thing for everybody to fall into. And even though we have daunting political challenges coming up, even though there are solar eclipses happening, I think that we have to convince ourselves that good will prevail and that we got to keep smiling, because you know what, we're going
So
to
true. Keep smiling.
You see, you know, you got it.
Thank you for sharing your life with me. This is my interpretation of your life.
Oh my God, wait a second, I'm a little nervous. Wait a second, okay. Oh my goodness. Do you really think I look like this?
Yeah, that's what you look
Wow.
like. Yeah.
It's like gorgeous.
Yeah.
I love that. I hope I do look like that.
Thank you so much.
so
Yeah, you're welcome.
much.
Also, I got you a
Wow.
second gift. It's a hoodie
Oh
from my new
gosh,
brand.
that's beautiful.
Keep
Can you-
smiling.
Keep smiling.